My name is Rashad Azeem. So I'm originally from Detroit, Michigan. My parents came into Islam in the early 70s, well, mid to late 70s actually, excuse me. So I've always been committed to kind of being tied to community and being tied to Islam and our history. And so, long story short, we ended up, after moving to LA and San Diego, we ended up in Georgia in 1995, and graduated high school, joined the military, and was really affected by kind of what I saw as our situation not really changing. That I was stationed at military bases, I saw that the hoods were always outside the bases. Especially when I was in DC, I saw how our communities were even worse as you went into the deeper part of the nation's capital. Right? So I was heavily affected by that, and so I ended up getting out of the military there. Instead of enlisting and staying in between, I got out. I moved back home with my family, and I saw that I needed to kind of change my outlook and perspective on just living for career, living for kind of myself. And so in 2015, I moved onto the African Halal Farm in Fort Valley, where there's a generous brother who was trying to establish halal foods for the Muslim community. But this was our duty as Muslims to own that market. And so it ended up evolving into a community effort where we actually wanted to build community life, right? And so eventually that didn't work out. We ended up having to transition from that, and that's what led me to the Freedom Nation. And I had met with Brother Farouk before and really loved the ideas and the direction. And I felt like that was a natural continuing value for me, that the commitment to elevating our condition and being willing to sacrifice whatever little we may have to that cause. And so that's what really motivated me to support Freedom Nation, because once you start on that path, you don't want to give up. And so I refuse to give up, and kind of just mesh in and give in and relax. I want to live a life that's going to benefit others after I pass away. So I came to Freedom Nation, Kazakhstan, to really evolve that further. I saw that the need for us to be established economically outside the United States was critical, in that if we don't do this, I still feel that if we do it, if we don't do it, we're not going to be able to establish the vision of freedom that we need at home. And so I came here for that purpose, to be a part of that vision, to be a support for that, and to potentially inspire some of my associates to do the same. And so that's definitely what number one thing I plan on telling them is reinforcing our need to not just live for ourselves. So we do for self, but then we actually serve our communities after that. After we achieve that success, we're looking to establish a family life that's going to prosper beyond us, that's going to continue to function beyond us. If we can establish systems that do that, then I believe that Allah will help us. And that's my number one message to people who are considering getting involved, is that Allah will help us as long as we stay committed to invest in things that benefit what He wants us to do. And I believe that economically, that's where we are weak at, and that's where we should focus our energies and our attentions.